Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today, we are going to look at the sound of noon. When we recite, maybe you're reading and you say, man kana, but you hear a reciter reciting, faman kana. Something happened to the sound of the noon. Okay? You might recite, man ya'mal. And you might hear a recitation, faman ya'mal. And then in other places, you hear a reciter reciting, man amana. So in some places, it seems like the noon seems kind of clear. And in other cases, something else is happening to the noon. So we're going to look at, these are all situational. We said rules means situations. If this noon with the rest sign, or an, in, or un is followed by certain letters, we'll do this. Certain other letters, we'll do this, and so on, and so on. The first thing to keep in mind is that this is something that you are already probably familiar with. Let's look at a few English examples before we get into the specifics of the rule. Again, because sometimes we say rule and students feel like, oh no, not another rule. What do I do? And a little bit of this panic creeps in that you might do it wrong or something, or you might not get the sound right. I just want to show you, this is something we're already familiar with. Maybe not exactly, it's a different, a different language, but let's try this. Say, for example, with me, an apple. Okay, go ahead and say it. Or a word like mankind. You'll hear the noon sound, the N, rather clearly, right? Now, say another word, for example, like English, and hold that sound of the noon with the rest sign, okay? English. It's a different form of the same letter or letter sound that is N, okay? It's a different form of it. Now, sometimes even in English, we have the noon sound completely changed. A word, for example, like cranberry, right? If somebody says that quickly, they might say cranberry. And all of a sudden, that N sound got changed into a M sound. So this is something that, again, it's a different language, and it's not going to be exactly the same as what we're looking at going forward. But just for you to feel a sort of comfort that this is something that you might already be familiar with in, as a concept, that the sound of noon or the sound of the N can sometimes manifest itself in different forms, and we're okay with that. We'll look at some examples. Buckle up. Let's begin.